Imagine your business is like a car stuck in neutral. You keep revving the engine up, but nothing quite happens. The solution is not to work harder or rev it up again, but to change gears. This is exactly what this video is about. We're gonna give you a 6-step process that we have deployed with over 300 entrepreneurs that is guaranteed to help you access a higher gear in your mind and therefore in your business. This works independently of what industry you're in, what business level, how many years of experiences, or how smart or talented you are. This works because it's based on proven psychological principles that underpin peak executive performance. So buckle up, take pen and paper, and see how fast you can start growing your business without working more hours. This is entirely possible, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. And I believe the tip number 4 is going to change the game for you. Hello everyone, Leon Castillo here, founder of Selfmastered, Peak Performance Institute for Entrepreneurs. We help you scale fast with peak productivity, peak focus, peak discipline, and peak self-belief. Before we go deeper into the video, consider subscribing so you never miss out on any of the juicy videos we send your way. So there's 2 ways of growing your business. One is the average way, in which you pay no attention to your performance whatsoever and you base your success on hard work, grind, hustle, trying to do as much as you can, hoping something sticks. This can work, but it takes years longer than it should. It's absolutely exhausting, and it most likely is going to lead you to burnout. 8 out of 10 businesses don't survive the first 5 years. And that's not because you're not trying hard enough or you're not skilled or talented. That's because you burn out. And you burn out because you're doing too many things that don't need to be done at all. The elite performance way is totally different. It's understanding exactly what drives achievement, how to incorporate leverage in every decision within your business, and how to prime yourself spiritually, psychologically, neurologically to shine up your brightest every day. And this is what this video is about. And I'm very excited to share it with you because this is going to have a real impact. All right, step number 1 is having a clear-cut vision for your business and your life. Listen, you've heard this before, I'm sure, but chances are you never really paid attention to it because this is prototypical advice that gets thrown at entrepreneurs, but it never really gets followed. When you really do this the right way, it unlocks a whole different level of functioning. In fact, having a clear vision you believe in is the entry point to peak performance. You cannot perform at your peak if you have no idea why you should or what is the final destination. So the first step is to have a clear vision. Now, caveat here, having a destination for your business is not enough, right? Because anyone can dream big dreams for their business. I want to change humanity. I want to make humans a multiplanetary species. That's a fantastic sounding mission. The thing is, it would only work if you understand how much you need to sacrifice. Who do you need to become in order to achieve that vision? So you have to have a vision for your business and your own life that is congruent, that there's no friction between what your business needs to become and who you need to become to lead that business. So the first step is to get real clear on why you do what you do and what is the ultimate destination that you are trying to get to. Spend time working the most elite version of yourself you can imagine, and also what is the most exciting project that you are willing to commit to building. Once you do this real deeply, you unlock a whole new level of motivation. There's plenty of research, notably the self-determination theory, that discusses how intrinsic motivation, how your willingness to build something outside of any consideration for external rewards is what ultimately drives motivation, success, and meaning. Choosing your own adventure and internalizing the role that you're playing into that adventure is what's going to give you an entry point to peak performance. So that is step number 1. Now, step number 2 is understanding that you cannot do anything. You do have to choose what do you commit 2. The average entrepreneur is literally split in 1,000 different directions, trying to do a lot of different things based on bad prioritization. Too many priorities in any given moment equals having none. So if you're super clear on the vision, but you have no idea what is the thing you should be doing next, you're not going to get anywhere. And the framework that I use is having a very clear 90-day goal. Some people like to set 5-year goals, 3-year goals, 1-year goals. In my experience, those don't work because the world is changing so fast that right now 3 years is an eternity. With artificial intelligence and all the technological breakthrough, how you manage your business 3 months ago has nothing to do with how you manage it today. So the second step is to have a 90-day goal. One priority for the business, something you absolutely need to hit that is aligned with the vision. This is an exercise in prioritization that allows for traction. Now, the third level of this framework is having a clear idea of what an ideal week looks like. It's basically having that 90-day goal broken up into 12 subsystems, 1 week per system, in which you know exactly what you need to be doing at every single moment of the week. The more regular you can be, the easier it's going to be for you to show up and do what you said you were going to do in order to get to the destination that you set for the 90 days. So step 3 is having a perfect week system, an ideal version of a week that takes into account what is the priority you're going after and how much you can effectively get done yourself. You as a CEO, as a founder, as an entrepreneur, you have to have yours, but also every single one on your team. This is something we highly recommend and we train our clients to do, has to have a ideal week system. They need to know what they should be doing at each moment in time. This shouldn't be too rigid because there's always things coming up, but you should have at least 80% of your time allotted at the end of the previous week. Now, steps number 4, which is going to change the game for you, is called ring fencing. I have clients that just by implementing this tidbit had tripled their business because literally their productivity skyrocketed. And this ring fencing protocol, which I invented years ago because in full honesty, I learned about the Pomodoro technique, realized that it did not work because focusing for 25 minutes and then resting for 5 minutes is a surefire way of never really getting to focus because the brain takes a little bit of time to actually access a deep state of focus. I realized that this didn't work, that we needed a better way. And if a Pomodoro technique was invented by an Italian, why wouldn't a Spaniard, in this case me, invent the new system, right? That system is called ring fencing. It basically leverages your own unique built-in energy flows because the body goes through ebbs and flows during the day. At night, we call them REM cycles. During the day, we call them circadian rhythms. Every 90 minutes, your energy changes. You cannot sustain high energy for longer than 90 minutes. So the ideal work session is a 90-minute work session that I call ring fencing, in which you have one clear objective per session. And you do not get distracted, you do not multitask, you do not tend to too many priorities. You do the most important thing that is available to you for 90 minutes. That can be writing a sales letter, recording videos, negotiating a deal, it doesn't matter. The point is that you work in 90-minute increments. And at the end of those 90 minutes, you chill. You take 20 to 30 minutes to rest and recover. Give your brain the ability to relax and activate its own healing response so you can get back to work later. If you segment your day in 90-minute increments with a 30-minute buffer, you're going to accomplish so much more than you could before, right? So this is step number 4. We have a clear vision for our life, then we have a priority for the quarter, clear weekly perfect week system, and then perfect days. Then what? Are we done? Not yet. Step number 5 is about feedback. All elite performers in any endeavor, they become elite because they look at the replay. Imagine for an athlete, they see how their previous practice went and they specifically look for ways for improving for the next time. This is a concept of deliberate practice, which is feedback informed practice. Also, Navy SEAL Special Forces, they're consistently reviewing the game film of their operations to try to understand how they can become better every time they are deployed. Same for astronauts, same for firefighters. Those who reach the peak level are looking at the replay. So if you want to win in business, why wouldn't you do the same? Why wouldn't you review your performance every single day to see how you can improve tomorrow? You already know that becoming 1% better every day makes you 37 times better over the course of a year. So it's the same principle. Now, the way to do this is very strategic, and here's our framework. First, you review every ring-fence session you did on the day. Every 90-minute session, you had an objective. Remember, you had one goal per 90 minutes. How did that go? Were you able to accomplish it? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, cool, then adjust so that the next time you fall a little bit short, because we're trying to push ourselves with every ring-fence session. This is one of the concepts behind deliberate practice. The goal is to push a little bit outside of the current level of our abilities so that over time we can become better very quickly. And that we do it after each ring-fence session, but also at the end of the day in something that we call after action report, which is also something that I picked up from Special Forces. They look at how their mission went and how they can become. They jot down one win from the day, one learning from the day, and one thing they're grateful for of that day. If you combine looking at the replay with every ring-fence session and you understand your skill level related to the task, but also how you can improve in the overall workflow, and also you look at your day, how much did you get done, how did you feel, what did you learn, how you can improve, you will become so much better, so much quicker. And this is step number 5. Step number 6 is to re-architect and redesign your environment. Because if your plans are perfectly laid out, if you know exactly what you should be doing at each moment of the day of the week, you know how to get feedback to improve, but you have no control of your environment. There's distractions coming in that you cannot battle. You cannot remove yourself from being distracted. It's going to be very hard to really drive the behavior you want. It is much easier to use your willpower to architect an environment that serves you than having to battle against the environment. This is why you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, because you end up defaulting to the behaviors that the environment you inhabit basically encourages. So step 6, final steps of this strategic framework, is to re-architect or redesign your environment. Who do you network with? Who do you spend time with? What is your ideal environment for doing your best work? All of these things really matter in order to help you become effective. So this is the full 6-step framework that we teach our clients. First, having a vision that you fully believe in internally. Not something you write on a paper and then you forget about it. No, something that truly motivates you, that helps you tap into the power of intrinsic motivation. Then 2, have a very clear priority for the next 90 days. One thing that absolutely needs to happen and makes everything else easier. Then 3, have a system for your week. What does an ideal week look like? What should be happening in your life every Wednesday at 11:30? If you don't know it, then there's potential for improvement. I know exactly what should be happening every Wednesday at 11:30 or every Thursday at 5 p.m. Then 4, what is a perfect day looking like? Well, leverage ring-fence sessions. Do not time batch, do not multitask, do what I'm telling you to do, and you'll see how fast you get things done. Then 5, get feedback. You are an elite entrepreneur. You are just as an elite athlete. Look at the replay, understand how the game went, how the previous day went, and get actual data that you can improve. What is the number 1 distraction that is curtailing your chances of performing? Like, there's so many things that you could look into, and the more you get into this idea of reviewing your performance, the better. And finally, your environment. Use your willpower to design an environment that naturally induces you to peak performance. If you do these 6 things, I can guarantee that you will stop revving the engine up and you will change gears, which is exactly what you need in order to reach the next level in business. This is only one small thing of everything that we do for our clients. So if you really want to, get to the next level and then the following level and then the following level, book a call with us, because you are going to love it. And of course, see you in the next video.